Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning,
Good
dear.
morning.
Good morning,
Good
ma'am.
morning, ma'am.
Good morning. How are you guys doing? I can
Good
see a
morning,
lot
ma'am.
of students from previous MAW. How's the Josh, guys? Long time, true. Happy to see you all. Good morning. Okay, quick survey. How many of you are happy for having the dates delayed for the prelims? How many of you are unhappy? Okay. Why are you not happy because of the delay in dates? I think that's additional 15 days, and you would want to utilize it for another revision, maybe. Any particular reason why do you think that it might or it may impact your preparation adversely? Less time for mains. Less time for mains, is it? You guys are way ahead for mains, so you don't need to worry. How many of you don't know me? Um, should I give a quick introduction? So I am Capril. I have written 6 prelims, out of which I have cleared 4, and from which I have gotten 3 ranks. My first prelims I cleared. I could not clear mains. After that, consistently went through clearing mains also and got into services thrice. Just a quick, I got 397 rank. That was the latest. So I wanted to take a session for relaxing you guys. I know everybody is feeling very uptight, very serious. The time is, such that it is very strenuous. Each and everything starts to bother you, and then you don't know who to talk to. But I have gone through, when I was reading, I got around 200 or so questions. I could feel each and every one of yours problem. I have gone through it in the long 6 years of journey. I have been a fresh starter. I have been a person who has prepared with a job. I have had mental breakdowns. I had felt lonely. I have had friends. I have cried because I could not celebrate a festival with my family, and it felt like the end of the world, that why am I doing this? And there were so many self questions, self doubts, that is it even worth it? What will I get out of it? That's not worth, like, that's worth leaving my family for some special occasions. So one thing is assured, that all those of you who put those questions in the Excel, in the Google sheet, are sincere. All your feelings that are coming to you are the are of people who are very sincere, who take their preparation seriously, and not of an unbothered, careless fellow who doesn't, mm, like, it doesn't matter to him or her if they get selected or not, right? All of you who have written a question, who are asking some fears, all the fears are genuine. Everybody is having it. All of you guys are sincere students. That one thing I can vouch for, because I know I was a sincere student. All those of you who are having those questions are sincere students. So you can pat yourself on the back for that, that you guys are sincere and you guys are giving your 100%. I'm not saying that the result is coming out as 100%, but you guys are giving your 100%. Right? चलो, let's start with taking your questions. सबसे पहले सबसे ज्यादा nerve wracking question है low marks in prelims mocks. That gives, I know, every time it gives chills that when you are getting more wrong questions as compared to the correct ones, or the one question that you felt that you will be finding it correct and you found it incorrect. अभी कितना दिन बाकी है prelims में? 70 days? 71 days. Okay. So how do you guys feel? कम time रह गया है, ज़्यादा time रह गया है? Like, do you feel that it's less time, it's more time, a lot of time is left, very less days? This feeling is persistent. This feeling will be persistent that 70 days हो जाएंगे, 40 days हो जाएंगे, 15 days हो जाएंगे. This feeling will remain persistent. But you guys need to understand 70 days are more than enough to revolutionize your preparation. अगर अभी 20 नंबर भी आ रहे हैं ना मॉक्स में और बेसिक पढ़ा हुआ है और किसी कारण से 20 नंबर आ रहे हैं मॉक्स में, if you're getting only 20 marks also, you can very well be able to take it up to देखो, पहली बात तो मॉक्स के मार्क्स is not equal to final एग्जाम्स के मार्क्स. बट जो गलतियां मॉक्स में कर रहे हो वो पक्का रिपीट होंगी वहां पे. सो what you have to do is when you are doing your mocks, जो low marks आ रहे हैं, use this as an opportunity. The questions that you are doing wrong, use them as opportunity to correct the mistake that you are going to do in the final exam. Correct it once, correct it twice, correct it thrice, as many times as required, so that you don't do it in final exam. मोटा मोटा चार तरीके से तुम डिवाइड कर सकते हो अपनी गलतियों को. When you are analyzing, take out time. Please don't rush through the, once you have completed the paper in 2 hours, don't rush through the पीछे का सारा analysis of each and every question. You take your time. That is the main work that you have to do. After giving the test, you should put in 2 or 3 hours at least to analyze what you have, how you have attempted it. That only will correct your strategy for final exam. You can categorize your mistakes in majorly 4 things. एक तो knowledge नहीं थी, revision नहीं हुआ, मतलब आता था, देखा देखा लगा, but जब करने लगे तो you were either not able to recall or you were not able to actually pinpoint it, और या फिर ऐसा याद आता कि यार पढ़ा तो था, याद नहीं आ रहा है. Third, incorrect reasoning. That you did some reasoning, the question was not direct, you did some reasoning and it came out to be wrong. Fourth is silly mistake. You read it wrong, you marked it wrong, something like that. How many of you feel these are the major reasons that you are facing? तो सबसे पहले तो you work on this very consciously. जब भी test paper, when you are starting a mock test, write on the top sheet, I will read my answers, questions carefully. I will mark my questions carefully. I will mark my OMR carefully. उस एक ऐसे चिट ऑफ पेपर, जैसे हम मेंस के टेस्ट में कैसे करते थे, write a chit of paper, set an objective for the exam. What are you trying to achieve in that exam? Keep it in front of you and then attempt it. पिछले previous mocks से जो गलतियां मिली हैं, whatever mistakes that you have found out from previous mocks, write it down on a sheet of paper and attempt the paper. Then you categorize in these 4 after you are done, and irrespective your question was correct or incorrect, read the solution. Even if you did a correct reasoning and you got a question correct, it will be a good reinforcement that you are going on the right path. Getting my point? Take out time. It's okay if it is taking 3 hours, 4 hours for analysis. That is one revision. People are planning to go for 100 mock tests, doing only revisions and then revising them also. Don't do all this. Just go ahead and revise it once after you have done that paper sincerely. ऐसे नहीं करना है, first question attempt किया, पीछे किया, then फिर वो एक आंसर देख लिया. No, that is of no use. Right? What we will do, we will take up the technical parts first, and then we will move on to more psychological and the stress, nerve-wracking questions that we have. We will take it then. First, we will cover all the technical parts. I think उस पे क्लैरिटी होना थोड़ी ज्यादा टेक्निकल चीजें बताने वाली हूँ मैं आप लोग को उसके लिए, ठीक है? सो नॉलेज और रिविजन नहीं आता है तो 2 महीना बहुत है. 2 months आर मोर देन इनफ. अगर कोई बुक उठानी है अभी भी, आई एम टेलिंग यू, देयर स्टिल टाइम. इफ यू हैव नॉट रेड समथिंग, if you have skipped something and you want to pick up a new book, you can. But after 45 days or 30 days, don't pick up a new book. That's the time for revision. Okay, so you can plan, but take out time. You have to know that if you are picking this up, what you are dropping. Pick up a book. If you are picking up, then you have to find out time for that. पढ़ लो अभी भी till 45 or 30 days. इसके बाद नहीं पढ़ना है. रिविजन के लिए ample time है. 70 days are more than enough to do at least 2 to 3 revisions. एक तो जस्ट एग्जाम से पहले होगी, 10 days पहले. You will be reading everything once again. Even if you don't realize it now, you will be reading it in 10 days. हो जाएगा complete. ठीक है? रीजनिंग कैसे करनी है? रीजनिंग कैसे करेक्ट करोगे? एक तो सीख लो रीजनिंग के साथ मॉक टेस्ट कैसे अटेम्प्ट करना है. 60 क्वेश्चंस यू विल नॉट बी नोइंग. डेफिनेटली यू विल नॉट बी नोइंग. 40 क्वेश्चंस मे बी यू विल बी नोइंग स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड. उसमें भी नहीं तो एक आधा स्टेटमेंट इधर उधर आ जाएगा. My prelims mind activation series, I have analyzed last 4-5 years ke paper. Go through them, see what reasoning sticks to you. It's not blind tips, it's not tricks, it is reasoning. How to actually connect content from various different parts of the syllabus and reach to a final answer. First you see that. Second, when you are attempting the paper, the mocks, उसको लगाना शुरू करो और लगाते रहो. You don't have to leave even one question without trying your best. हम सोचेंगे हम करके ही 67 आएंगे, करके ही 70 आएंगे. No, that's not the right strategy. Your motive should be to do 100 out of 100 questions. उसमें से 10 हो नहीं पा रहे हैं कि कुछ ही नहीं समझ में आ रहा है. I don't know, I don't understand this question. Then you leave it. Otherwise, your motive should be that you will do all 100 out of 100 questions. Got it? Or if you're getting my point? Silly mistakes मॉक में ही प्रैक्टिस करनी है. टाइम लो, एनालाइज करो. Silly mistakes should be like होनी नहीं चाहिए. Silly mistakes तो होनी ही नहीं है. You can't afford. तो अगर एक भी silly mistake हो रही ना, if you want to beat yourself up on silly mistakes in mocks, then only you will improve, and that will not happen in the final exam. ये clear है? Each one of them is clear कि एक एक प्रॉब्लम को कैसे सॉर्ट करना है. You have to analyze your paper. Go ahead and take 3 hours, 4 hours for analyzing your paper. और ये 4 में से जो ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम आ रही है उसको एड्रेस कैसे करना है. राइट? चलें आगे. Taking 3+ hours for revision, it is very normal, it is very much required. Please give ample time for revision of your test paper. Revision in the sense, एक बार मॉक कर लिया, उसके बाद उसके पीछे का सोल्यूशन पढ़ना है that day or the next day itself. 3 दिन के बाद वो मॉक को वापस उठाओगे, then it will be of no use. You do it right now. Okay? Take this time out. एक दिन पूरा एक मॉक के लिए लगेगा. So take that time out and do this analysis properly so that you know actually why are you attempting that mock. So give that time. Make the most use of the mock that you have attempted. Instead of attempting 100 mocks, you rather attempt 12 mocks, 8 mocks, and do this analysis. Or 8 mocks may 100 questions may the learning you will have out of 800 questions. That will be more than doing 100 mocks into 100 questions blindly and not analyzing them. All right. Next, how many mocks to do? जब तुमको लगने लगे कि तुम्हारी सिली मिस्टेक्स कम हो गई हैं, and you are comfortable with unknown questions, then इतना तुमको चाहिए इतने मॉक करने के लिए. मुझे आई फील दैट 8 to 10 or 12 मॉक्स आर एनफ टू गिव यू दिस फीलिंग ऑफ फाइनल एग्जाम, कि एग्जाम में सिली मिस्टेक्स नहीं करोगे, अनकंफर्टेबल क्वेश्चंस को देख के डरोगे नहीं, वहां स्ट्रेस नहीं होगे कि अगर कुछ क्वेश्चन नहीं आता है तो उसको कैसे सॉल्व करना है. वंस यू गेट इनटू दैट एटीट्यूड, that question paper is supposed to be difficult, yaar. It is supposed to be difficult for all. It's not difficult for you only. अगर उसको देख के डरना बंद कर दिया, ये 8 to 10 12 मॉक्स जो हैं, either you give it on in पेपर लाइक टेबल चेयर अपने घर में, or you go to a test center. When you see so many people sitting around and giving mock along with you, it does give you a better feeling of like the final exam, and the final exam will start to feel more like a mock rather than the other way around. Getting my point? तो अगर टारगेट बना रखा है 100 मॉक्स का, तो मॉक्स आर नॉट फॉर कंटेंट, it is for strategy बनाओ, टाइम स्ट्रैटेजी, क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट करने का कि कितने अटेम्प्ट करके आओगे, नहीं आने वाले क्वेश्चंस को कैसे अटेम्प्ट करना है, OMR कब फिल करनी है. आफ्टर फर्स्ट राउंड यू आर गोइंग टू फिल योर OMR, और यू आर गोइंग टू फिल OMR one by one. How many in if you are going to have multiple rounds, how many rounds are you able to do according to your reading speed? I could do only 1.5 readings, in the sense that I would do one reading and it will take me 1.20, like 20 minutes, 1 hour 20 minutes. Then I'll be left with some questions I had to do in 40 minutes. So I can't afford to do 60 questions here. I have to do 60 questions here and I have to leave less than 40 questions here. This strategies you have to make in your mock. जाओ, जब भी जाओ एग्जाम में तो ये सोच के जाओ, आज मैं टाइम में कंप्लीट करूंगा. I will observe myself how much time I am taking in first reading. Am I skipping any words? I think already effectively Lisa का एक क्वेश्चन आया था, will be able to do, ऐसा एक ऑप्शन था. All of us had learned about Lisa. None of us had learned about effective Lisa, right? And will be able to do, हमने पढ़ा ही नहीं, we skipped. We read that it does this and then we corrected. Arey, will be able to do, it has already been done. What it will be able to do? It's also a lot of English, and not only just knowledge, it's a lot of your temperament that UPSC is checking. It's checking your ability to interconnect things. Especially I think it is checking your temperament. It is checking कि अगर कल को फ्लड आ गया और तुम डिस्ट्रिक्ट मैजिस्ट्रेट हो, तो क्या थोड़ा सेन माइंड से सोच पाओगे? Will you be able to think sanely, or will you just be relying on the subordinates, और जो लोगों ने कुछ बोल दिया बस उसी पे चल जाओगे? That because अभी तो यार only your life is dependent on this test, right? Then lakhs of people's life will be dependent on your decisions. Start acting like an officer. Start acting like, the courage that is required to be in the position that you're applying for. Getting my point? अभी तो सिर्फ तुम्हारी लाइफ इम्पैक्ट हो रही है, उसके बाद फैमिलीज लाइफ विल बी इम्पैक्टेड, स्मॉल किड्स लाइफ विल बी इम्पैक्टेड, पीपल विल बी कमिंग टू यू फॉर जस्टिस. That will create so much pressure. That is the pressure the UPSC is preparing you for, and is testing that will you be able to bear that pressure. एक एग्जाम में एक क्वेश्चन देखा, वो नहीं आता था, उसी में हालत खराब हो गई कि यार पेपर ही खराब कर दिया हमने तो. क्यों? क्योंकि हमें फर्स्ट 2-3 क्वेश्चंस आए ही नहीं. समझ रहे हो? Are you able to understand me? Are you getting me? What is UPSC testing? It's not testing your knowledge, it's testing your temperament. Question paper is made for a first attempter. They understand that you are a first attempter. The question paper is made for a first attempter. तो जो 3 बार फेल हो गए हैं, तुमने 3 बार सिलेबस पढ़ा है, 3 बार जो सिलेबस पढ़ लिया है, that you have read 3 times, that means you are much better than a first attempter. उनके पास ऐसी कोई स्किल नहीं है जो तुम्हारे पास 3 बार फेल होने के बाद कम हो गई हो, बड़ी ही होगी, राइट? ठीक है, ये बात समझ में आ गई? यू हैव टू गो टू एग्जाम लाइक अ वॉरियर, कि आज तो या तो मर जाएंगे या मार देंगे. दैट्स ऑल, दैट इज ऑल दैट यू शुड बी फीलिंग. और जब मॉक देने जा रहे हो तो ये फीलिंग लेके ही जाया करो कि आज तो या तो ये पेपर को मैं 100% अटेम्प्ट करके आऊंगा, अदरवाइज लेट इट बी द लास्ट डे ऑफ माई लाइफ. उसमें फिर इन्विजिलेटर परेशान करे, उसमें फिर कोई आके डिस्टर्ब करे तुमको, तो टेक वॉट एवर मेजर्स दैट इज रिक्वायर्ड. बी whatever socially non-adjusting persons, and be social. You shout on the invigilator, you tell him to get out of the class. Getting my point? They are not supposed to disturb you. You are the person who is fighting there, and that is how you have to go. That is how you have to be there. एक एक क्वेश्चन को वैसे ही लेना है जैसे कि it's an enemy. You have to attempt it, you have to finish it. Getting my point? चले नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पे. ये आई थिंक आई एम आंसरिंग द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चंस beforehand itself. 2-3 क्वेश्चन अननोन क्वेश्चंस देके कॉन्फिडेंस लो हो जाता है. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू फील लाइक दैट? Don't let a set decide your destiny, please. Just because you got set A और आपके पास पहले एंशिएंट मेडिवल के सवाल आ गए and you didn't know them, please don't feel that उसकी वजह से you can lose your paper or you can lose your temperament. पहली बात तो मॉक्स में प्रैक्टिस करो. फाइनल एग्जाम में मान लो हो भी जाए, then keep your calm, flip through the book, flip through, और उसमें सबसे आसान, सबसे सिंगल लाइनर जो क्वेश्चन दिख रहे हैं ना, उसको सॉल्व करने की कोशिश करो. ऐसे 1-2 सवाल सॉल्व हो जाएंगे ना, देन योर कॉन्फिडेंस विल कम बैक. गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू विल ट्राई दिस इन योर मॉक्स? दिस वन, ट्राई इट इन योर मॉक. नहीं आ रहे हैं सवाल? पीछे से some people say you start reading the questions from back. That is also a way. But क्या होगा अगर पीछे से भी questions tough हो गए तो? We have to be our own biggest cheerleaders, right? Flip through the book. The easiest questions the simplest questions to read. क्योंकि क्या होता है जब questions एक बार आते नहीं है ना तो दिमाग क्लॉग हो जाता है, पढ़ा भी नहीं जाता है. You can't even read through the questions. Then you find the easiest ones to read. Right? सबसे आसान वाले रीड करो और उसको सॉल्व करने की कोशिश करो. एंड एक बार सॉल्व कर दिया, देन डोंट गो बैक एंड सी कि मैंने ठीक मार्क किया है ना, मैंने हैव आई करेक्टली रेड इट, हैव आई करेक्टली मार्क्ड इट. डोंट गो बैक. ट्रस्ट योरसेल्फ. यू हैव read it correctly. You are a reading sensible person, right? How many of you feel like that? I used to do it in start of my mocks a lot. I used to feel ki when I am in question number 2, I'll be thinking that question number 1 mein have I read it correctly? Have I read it, marked it correctly? Shall I go? It will waste a lot of time. Just trust yourself. You have read it correctly. Zyada hai, what checks and balances you can put? Read with a dot under each and every word. Read it slowly. Read with a dot under each and every word. That will help you first not miss important words. और दूसरा कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा कि मैंने अच्छे से पढ़ा है, मैंने डॉट लगा लगा के पढ़ा है. ठीक है? That means I have definitely read it very carefully. Right? तो डरना नहीं है. 2-3 अननोन क्वेश्चंस आ गए, कोई बात नहीं. There is a lot of scope. Only 70, 75 ये कट ऑफ जा रही है यार. 90, 85 सवाल भी अटेम्प्ट कर दिए, then also you're good to go. Let it be. और पता है what happens is after your first round, your brain starts to work like anything. You don't even realize where it is getting content from. और एग्जाम में तो स्पेशली योर एड्रेलिन shoots up like anything. So you can believe in yourself कि मेरे में कुछ तो दिव्य शक्ति आ जाएगी, that I will be able to do it. Don't worry, I will be able to do it. I will be able to do it. अभी नहीं आ रहा है, I will be able to do it. ठीक है? Be your own cheerleader. You don't need to beat yourself up all the time. ठीक है? How many questions to attempt? Your motive should be to attempt 100 questions. But पहले तो फर्स्ट राउंड ऑफ रीडिंग में हाउ मेनी क्वेश्चंस यू आर गोइंग टू अटेम्प्ट, ये एक बार फाइनलाइज करके जाओ मॉक्स में. क्यों, क्या होता है, वी नो दैट इन द सेकंड राउंड वी आर गोइंग टू गो थ्रू दीज क्वेश्चंस वंस अगेन. सो व्हाट वी डू, वी स्टार्ट स्किपिंग देम मोर फ्रीक्वेंटली. Don't do that. Don't do that. Try to solve the question then and there. Even if you are coming down to a conclusion of 2 options, that also you mark. It should save your time in the second round. You will not have that much time. So my strategy used to be that I have to attempt around 60 questions in my first round. That I made in mocks only. This every strategy, each and every thing should be clarified in your mock tests. एक strategy तुम्हारी defined होनी चाहिए कि मैं इसको OMR को लास्ट में मार्क करूंगा कि साथ में मार्क करूंगा. देख, पेंसिल से मार्क करना है क्या पहले, या सीधा पेन से मार्क करना है? वहां पे जाके नो चेंजेस. What you have done in your mocks, the same you will do in the final exam. So what I used to do, I will tell you my strategy. You see if you feel like you can adopt something, you do it. So what I used to do, first round I used to do 60 questions. I would try to, maybe it might be 55, it might be 45 also. I would try to, but reach to 60. I will try my best to reach to 60. Then I will fill OMR sheet. I will take out 10 minutes. It will be a good break for my brain also, that it is just a mindless work, just filling in the and not having to churn my mind immediately. Then what I would do, then I would go for a second round. Second round में I will try to solve questions from one से जितने छोड़े हैं उतने solve करने की कोशिश करेंगे. And then whichever question I am leaving, I would write in the front of my booklet. Say 12th question I have not done, I want to come back on it. Then I will write it in the front page of my booklet. If I am sure that in the second round I am not going to do my 15th question, I would put a big cross and I will not write it here. I will not come back on it. Okay. Then 23rd question I want to revise again. Then 55th question I want to revise. 70th question I don't want to come back on. And along with that, each and every question I would say I did 11th question and I finalized it. I will fill the OMR then and there for 11th question. Then whichever question I'm doing next, say 65th question, I will be filling my OMR along with the second round. और ये जो questions बच गए, इनको last में, I know मेरे पास time नहीं बचता है and these questions mostly छूटते ही हैं, but try to attempt all of them and then fill them along with the time. All right, strategy समझ में आ गई? This is my strategy. Just hold on a second. Yes. तो strategy समझ में आई? I'm not saying कि यही वाली strategy अपना लो, but see what you can adopt from it. Test your strategy. अच्छी जो तुम पे सूट कर रही हो, do that. अगर 50-50 वाला in this strategy also you're getting a 50-50 वाला also, try to clear that question then and there. Try करो that it gets cleared there only 50-50. You will not be able to reach. You will not get time to sit and think even more on that 50-50. You can put that brain of yours at that time only. What's a good accuracy? Whichever gives you like cutoff. Accuracy, I don't feel it's a very good measure, because in the more number of questions you attempt, the more chances that you will correct it or incorrect it also. Right? So don't get stuck up on the number of questions that you're going to do. Try to attempt all 4 and then try to attempt all the questions, okay? And then just see what you think that you will be able to do or what you will not be able to do. चलो next question. Strategy for final exam. Mock test में prepare करके जाओ. Final strategy आपकी prepared होनी चाहिए. Each and everything कि मैं गेट में एंटर करूंगा, फिर मैं एक चॉकलेट खाऊंगा, फिर मैं एक पानी की बोतल लेके जाऊंगा, मेरी घड़ी मेरे साथ होगी. You recreate it in your mocks. I will take glucon D, I will take this, I will not take this. और पर वहां ऐसा नहीं है कि वहां पे जाके अगर उनमें से एक भी चीज नहीं हुई then you start to panic. No. Again, you are going to be officers of a whole huge district. उसकी तरह act करो. You act like that. You are prepared well, but if some changes come, you are able to adapt also. Fine? Officer-like qualities. It's a very common term, OLQs. ठीक है? Start following them now only. CSAT. How many of you are facing issues in CSAT? CSAT में देखो, it's getting pretty tricky these days. That is true. CSAT की strategy will be dependent on the final question paper. We have the luxury of time there. So use that time to think that you want to do maths first or do you want to do English first. If math seems easy, तो maths कर सकते हो. अगर English easy दिख रही है तो English कर सकते हो. Or you can do a mix of both. One से start करके you can go ahead with end. Right? वो भी कर सकते हो. But your strategy has to be finalized then and there according to the type of questions that have been asked. ठीक है? Are you getting it? घर से 1-2 टेस्ट पेपर लगा के जाओ, 1-2 प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस लगा के जाओ. पेपर में जाके रिलैक्स नहीं होना है. आई हैव हर्ड वन ऑफ माय फ्रेंड्स ही स्टार्टेड रेजिंग one of the circles in OMR and then it took him 5 minutes and then he could not clear CSAT. Don't get relaxed. Don't get relaxed. Keep striving as if you were doing in the first one. Keep doing like that. Don't get stuck up with your ego in maths. I have seen engineers getting stuck up in a question for 2-3 minutes. No, solve हो रहा है तो करो, नहीं तो आगे बढ़ो. You can have a second round if required. सारे क्वेश्चंस बिल्कुल सही नहीं होते कॉम्प्रिहेंशन के. पहले क्वेश्चंस पढ़ो. Read the questions first in comprehensions. Then read the comprehension. फिर solve करो question. Just glance through the questions what have been asked, then go through the comprehension and then try to solve it. Got it? Revision के बारे में बात करें थोड़ा सा. How many of you are facing issues in revision? It's getting boring. It's taking a lot of time. पहले तो यार 70 days हैं. 70 days में अगर टाइम नहीं दोगे रिविजन को तो करोगे क्या? Let it take time यार. I know you guys have planned that मैं पहला राउंड तो मैं I will give so much time and then in revision I will give only 0.25 time of that. No, probably second revision takes equal amount of time. It does, even if you don't want to give it. It does take equal amount of time, and slow revision is not a bad thing. It means that you have solved papers now. Now you have a better insight that how to read it, and now you are reading it more carefully. It's not a bad thing. Please give time to time. Give time to time. जिस चीज में टाइम लगना है उसको लगने दो यार. Relax on some aspects. Give time to time. पढ़ो, बैठो पढ़ो. Don't keep judging yourself कि यार ये तो 4 घंटे में मैंने 20 ही पन्ने पढ़े. What is this? I should have read 100. Don't judge yourself on everything. Go give yourself time of 4 hours. Sit and read. Read concentratedly. You should know that you gave 4 hours में से at least 3.5 hours in reading. ऐसा नहीं है कि 4 घंटे में से आधा घंटा पढ़े और बाकी टाइम फोन में स्क्रॉल करते रहे. Then definitely you have wasted your time. But if you have read for 3.5 hours and the outcome is only 20 pages, be rest assured that you have read only. Time waste नहीं किया है. ठीक है, जो दिमाग में गया है वो अच्छा ही गया है, बुरा नहीं गया है. ठीक है, don't judge yourself every day, every minute, every hour, every week. No, let the judging be done by UPSC. That is what they are there for. You don't judge yourself. It is boring. It's not boring. If you're doing revision, it's not boring. It is rather revalidating your own content that makes it to a huge extent it is interesting. If it is boring, then you are doing it passively. What you can do, again, a blank paper, थोड़ा सा टॉपिक को देख के उसको रिकॉल करो and then you read through the content. Just recall 1 minute. अगर पूरा इतना बड़ा पार्लियामेंट का चैप्टर भी पढ़ रहे हो, if you're revising parliament chapter, just sit and think कि पार्लियामेंट के चैप्टर में क्या क्या था. बस इतना भी सोच लोगे ना, then your interest will start to inculcate in revision. Oh shit, ये रह गया था. Oh shit, ये रह गया था. I could not think of this. I could not think of that. So when you're reading it, it will not feel boring. Getting my point? You'll try it. All of you will try it when you're doing revision. And if you're feeling it is boring, just open the book, whatever chapter you have to revise. It can be a small topic. It can be a whole chapter. Just sit and recall what you were supposed to recall. What had you read in parliament? उसमें ये पोर्शंस थे. अच्छा, फिर लोकसभा के बारे में आया, फिर राज्यसभा के बारे में आया, फिर स्पीकर के बारे में बताया, फिर उसके बाद दोनों का कंपैरिजन किया, इसमें मनी बिल्स के बारे में बात करी. Then when you read and you find out कि अरे फाइनेंशियल बिल्स के बारे में तो मैं सोचना ही भूल गया, then it will not feel. Active recall. Yes, this is active recall. It doesn't have to be a pen and paper and a very strenuous exercise and then you feeling tired after one exercise only. No. It can be only 1 minute. Just waking up your brain that what you are going to read. Instead of just taking it there and reading it, wake up your brain. Ki utho, we will read parliament today. Tell me what you know about it. And then you go through it. Got it? Yes, you can do it in mind only without pen and paper. You don't need to, again, pen and paper is required when you want to evaluate yourself. कि मैं लिख के देखूंगा कि मुझे कितना आता है और then I will evaluate कि मेरे को कितना भूल गया और कितना याद था. Don't judge yourself. No, not needed. Just wake up your brain. Give it a nudge. कि उठो, पार्लियामेंट पढ़ेंगे आज. Right? How to schedule? There's a Parkinson's law. Anybody knows what a Parkinson's law is? Right? कि हम अपने आप को 5 दिन का टाइम देंगे. We will do our revision in 5 days also. If we will give ourselves 5 months, we will do our revision in 5 months also. The work that is there will expand according to the time or compress according to the time given to it. Okay, तो revision तो होगा, that वो पक्का होगा. Even if you feel like it is not going to happen, it is going to happen. तो पहले तो पीछे से शेड्यूल करना शुरू करो कि फ्रॉम D-Day, एग्जाम के दिन से कितने दिन पहले, 10 दिन पहले मुझे बाकी सब तो रिवाइज करना ही करना है. एक दिन में एक सब्जेक्ट को दूंगा. देन आफ्टर दैट 60 डेज जो बचे उसकी प्लानिंग करो. ठीक है, दिस इज हाउ यू विल शेड्यूल. एग्जाम से पहले कितने दिन तुमको पढ़ने के लिए देने हैं रिविजन के लिए. एग्जाम से पहले यू विल गो थ्रू ईच एंड एवरी स्टैटिक बुक, एवरी करंट अफेयर बुक्स दैट यू आर रीडिंग. और 10 दिन में हो भी जाएगा वो. You will cover all of your entire syllabus in 10 days. I can assure you that. And you will cover the rest of the syllabus in 60 days also. So इसको पहले तो ब्लॉक कर दो. इसको ब्लॉक करके बाकी 60 डेज में अपना फिल कर लो कि क्या करना है, कब कौन सा शेड्यूल करना है. Again, if it is taking time, if you can do only one reading in it, that's also good enough. बट यू नहीं हो कि 60 days में यू आर प्लानिंग टू डू 100 मॉक्स, नहीं हो पाएगा. बी रियलिस्टिक, बी रियलिस्टिक. एक दिन लगता है एक मॉक में, उसके बाद पढ़ाई नहीं होती है, दिमाग जाम हो जाता है. गिव योरसेल्फ दैट स्पेस. मशीन नहीं हो, मशीन भी होती तो ब्रेकडाउन में आ जाती, उससे बहुत ज्यादा कर रहे हो तुम लोग, राइट? ऑफ व्हाट ऑल, क्या क्या पढ़ना है, रिवीजन करना है, जितना आंखों के सामने से गया है. सबसे पहला प्रेफरेंस है स्टैटिक. स्टैटिक तो भाई रिवाइज करना ही है, करके ही जाना है. उसके बाद जो करंट अफेयर्स जो है, जो एक सोर्स जिसको तुम बहुत अच्छे से रिलाई करो, द वन सोर्स दैट यू आर रिलाइंग ऑन कंप्लीटली हैज आल्सो टू बी रिवाइज्ड. रिवाइज्ड इन द सेंस यू हैव टू रीड द, लाइक ऑफ कोर्स एक्टिव रिकॉल, वेक अप योर ब्रेन, रीड इट, एंड देन उसमें यार ये मैपिंग वगैरह की चीजें जरूर करना. Paste a map on the wall, and when you are reading this current affairs, do mark out each and every location that you are reading. Then if something of comparison is coming, then juxtapose it together. This is the time जब आपको याद करने की जरूरत पड़ेगी सब चीजों को. तो फिफ्थ और सिक्स्थ शेड्यूल में क्या क्या सेम है, क्या क्या डिफरेंसेस हैं, जस्ट मेक अ टेबल ऑफ इट. या जो गवर्नर की पार्डन पावर है और प्रेसिडेंट की पार्डन पावर है, उसमें क्या डिफरेंस है, जस्ट मेक अ टेबल. उसको जुक्सटापोज करके, जुक्सटापोज एज इन दोनों को साथ में रख के कंपेयर करके एक बार पढ़ोगे तो ज्यादा अच्छे से याद रहेगा क्या किसमें था. निमोनिक्स बनाओ. ये सब ये रिवाइज करने के लिए अभी से तैयार करोगे तो जो लास्ट वीक आएगा उसमें कुछ रेडी होगा रिवाइज करने के लिए. So what you can do all these, and you can make a Telegram or WhatsApp channel or WhatsApp group of yourself. अपने एक दोस्त को ऐड करो, kick that person out. You will be the only one who will be left in that group. Then you start posting these things in that, and वो on the go होगा. You are traveling, you are sitting on a toilet seat, you can scroll through it very easily in the last time. एक एक चीज बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट, एक एक मिनट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट लगने लगेगा उस टाइम. सो यू कैन रिवाइज ऑल ऑफ इट वेरी क्विकली. एंड दीज आर ऑल मेमोरी थिंग्स ना. तुम अभी भी पढ़ के रख लोगे, 70 days के बाद वो याद नहीं रहने वाला है. सो यू हैव टू क्रिएट शॉर्ट नोट्स, ऐसा अपने आप को फ्लैश कार्ड्स टाइप की, यू आर एबल टू रिवाइज इट. एंड व्हाट बेटर देन हैविंग इट ऑन योर फोन. इवन इट्स मोर कन्वीनियंट देन हैविंग इट ऑन एवरनोट ऑल्सो. यू डोंट नीड टू ऑर्गेनाइज इट ऑल्सो. दीज आर ऑल फैक्चुअल थिंग्स, राइट? अगर पॉलिटी के बाद हिस्ट्री पढ़ भी लिया तो कोई परेशानी नहीं होने वाली है. लेट इट बी. ओके, टिप्स फॉर रिवीजन. ये एक लास्ट वीक के लिए एक लिस्ट तैयार करके रखो कि क्या करने वाले हो रिवाइज. सी योर रिवीजन क्या है ना, दिस रिवीजन विल पीक योर प्रिपरेशन. ये मान लो ये डी डे है तुम्हारा, ये रिवीजन अभी कर रहे हो. Your revision should complete on this day. ये peak आना चाहिए. But if it is happening like this, it's not beneficial. तो अगर if you're feeling कि अभी तो यार बहुत low, why I am not achieving this at 70th day, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to peak here. उससे पहले peak हो गई, उसके बाद में peak हो गई, बाद में तो हो गई ही नहीं. चलो, उससे पहले पीक हो गए तो कोई मतलब नहीं है. यू आर नॉट सपोज टू नो एवरीथिंग टुडे. यू आर सपोज टू नो एवरीथिंग दिस डे. 1 day before also, 1 minute before also the exam is a learning point. उसके बाद भी तुम पीक कर रहे हो, then it is good. Are you with me on this, guys? जितना अंडर कॉन्फिडेंट फील कर रहे हो करते रहो, पर पढ़ते रहो कि इस दिन मेरी पीक आएगा. This will be my peak. This will be the day कि मुझे रात में 12 बजे उठा के कोई पूछ ले कोई सवाल, then I will be able to answer. I will be able to sanely think at least about it. All right? You don't have to peak today, please. आपको आज मॉक टेस्ट में 100-200 मार्क्स नहीं आने चाहिए. आपको इस दिन क्या आएगा मार्क्स, that only matters. Right? तो करते रहो प्रिपरेशन. 70 days तो बहुत लंबा टाइम है. इट इज पॉसिबल दैट यू माइट गेट 2 peaks ऑल्सो 70 days में. दैट यू फील दैट यू हैव डन योर प्रिपरेशन, आपका रिविजन हो गया है एक बार. फर्स्ट रिविजन के बाद फिर दोबारा डिप आने लगेगा. देन यू विल टेक अप दिस, एंड देन ये जो लास्ट 10 days है इसमें दोबारा पीक आएगा. गॉट इट? अब यूं नहीं कि पीक आ जाए तो उसके बाद अरे यार अब अभी तो मुझे सब कुछ आ रहा है फिर मैं चीजें भूल रहा हूँ, ऐसा नहीं होता है. यू विल नॉट फॉरगेट, डोंट वरी. लास्ट 10 days का जो रिविजन होगा ना, दैट विल एक्चुअली मेक योर प्रिपरेशन रियली गुड. डोंट वरी. ओके, so you have to peek on the D-Day. Tackling history portion, how many of you are facing problem in that? हिस्ट्री लास्ट में ही पढ़ी जाएगी, याद नहीं रहेगी तुमको. अभी पढ़ोगे तो अभी फ्लो याद कर सकते हो, पर परमानेंट जो फैक्ट्स याद होने हैं वो उसी टाइम होंगे कि कौन किसके टाइम पे कौन आया. दैट हैज टू बी डन इन द लास्ट 1 week 2 weeks ओनली. ठीक है, तो सोर्सेस डिफाइन करके रखो. सोर्सेस डिफाइन करके रखो. हिस्ट्री को लास्ट में पुश कर दो. जो फैक्चुअल पोर्शन है उसको लास्ट में पुश कर दो. जितना लास्ट में पढ़ सकते हो उतना लास्ट में पढ़ो. ठीक है, उसके बाद जो वो टेलीग्राम ग्रुप डालोगे कि putting some facts in it so that you can on the go you can read it. If you have not done medieval, ancient or जो भी है history, Lucent comes in very 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 handy. Lucent GK करके एक बुक आती है. It comes very handy to have all the content together. हाँ, बहुत सारा कंटेंट एक साथ है, उसमें बहुत सारे फैक्ट्स हैं. इट गिव्स अ वेरी क्लियर फ्लो ऑफ, इट्स नॉट अ स्टोरी, इट्स अ फैक्चुअल बुक. So it comes in very handy. If you have not read any other book, then you can follow this. If you have read any other book, you do this strategy. Getting my point? Please don't pick up another book. If you already have one book, अगर नहीं पढ़ा है, then you can pick up this. This should be clear. ऐसे नहीं कि मैडम ने रिकमेंड कर दिया तो अपनी किताबें छोड़ के वही पढ़ने लग गए. ठीक है, it will only create a lot of stress. जो पढ़ रहे हो उसको लिख लो, उसको स्क्रिबल कर लो. दैट विल बी एज गुड एज दैट. और ऐसा अगर आपको लगता हो कि मैं दुनिया का सारा मटेरियल पढ़ लूंगा, वो ऐसा होने नहीं वाला है. तो कुछ तो छूटेगा ही. छोड़ने दो, छूटने दो उसको. उससे सवाल भी नहीं आ रहा है. क्वेश्चन इज नॉट बीइंग आस्क्ड फ्रॉम दैट. और अगर आ गया तो मोस्टली लोगों को नहीं आता होगा, इफ इट इज नॉट दैट ऑफ अ कॉमन सोर्स. ठीक है, सेकेंड रिविजन ऑफ हिस्ट्री. ओके, इकोनॉमी के लिए भी रिविजन करो. प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करो. कंसेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी लाओ. अगर अभी तक नहीं आई है तो कंसेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इकोनॉमी एंड ज्योग्राफी आर वेरी ब्यूटीफुल सब्जेक्ट्स. एक बार पढ़ लिया, दोबारा बहुत ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लेता है पढ़ने में. एक बार समझ लिया तो उसको समझ के खत्म करो. खत्म मत करो, समझ के खत्म करो. साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी कोई भी पीटी पढ़ लो. अगर बेसिक आता है, मतलब आई मीन बायोटेक्नोलॉजी और उन सब का बेसिक्स पता है, then you can go ahead with PT. Otherwise, I think I have shared some sources in one of the YouTube videos where to get free material. कुछ SK Sharma करके, he teaches in Hindi. He has covered majorly all the topics like spectrum, light spectrum और ये GSLV, PSLV, ऑर्बिट्स कौन कौन से तरह के होते हैं, ऑल दैट. ठीक है, SK शर्मा करके हैं अन अकेडमी में. आई थिंक ही हैज टॉट इन हिंदी. उसको भी भगा के देखना. ऐसा नहीं कि वो पूरा 1 to 100 देख रहे हो. उसमें भी सिर्फ जो टॉपिक है उसको पढ़ना. नहीं है तो सिर्फ गूगल कर लो यार. यू जस्ट सी कि बायोलॉजी में क्या क्या टॉपिक्स आते हैं, फिजिक्स में क्या क्या आते हैं, उसको बस गूगल कर लो. कितने टाइप के ऑर्बिट होते हैं, जो स्पेक्ट्रम होता है उसमें यूवी कहाँ आता है, IR कहाँ आता है, विजिबल लाइट की रेंज क्या है, ऑल दैट. ठीक है. फॉर वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल्स, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल्स एंड प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर दिस अटेम्प्ट? देखो, योर अदर जॉब विल टेक अ टोल. आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू बी डिप्लोमेटिक एंड से कि यार को बहुत इक्वली आप इम्पोर्टेंस दो और इसको दोनों में 100% दो. नो नो नो, दैट the realistic thing is that the other job will take a toll. Take leaves, as many possible, and live on a daily basis. रूटीन बनाने की कोशिश मत करो. प्रोफेशनल हो तो, वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल हो तो, क्योंकि योर रूटीन इज नॉट ओनली डिपेंडेंट अपॉन यू, उसमें बहुत सारे और फैक्टर्स आ जाते हैं. योर बॉस, उस दिन का वर्कलोड, a lot of other factors play in. या किसी दिन फ्री भी मिल जाएगा, मे बी यू कैन स्ट्रेच हाफ एन आवर ऑफ योर लंच टाइम एक्स्ट्रा, देन यू विल बी एबल टू स्टडी दैट हाफ एन आवर, राइट? तो टेक आउट टाइम. एग्जाम से जस्ट पहले डू टेक एटलीस्ट 2 weeks ऑफ, इफ मोर देन बेटर. टेक 2 weeks ऑफ. अपने आप को उस पोजीशन में डालो कि पढ़ने लगो. Come in a regular practice and you are able to concentrate for a long time. What will happen with working professional is their concentration is divided, so that destroys the concentration in one thing. Actually, it is not a healthy thing to have, having two things to concentrate at one single time. So take out time, छुट्टी ले लो जितना ले सकते हो, 2 week, 1 महीना, जितना ले सकते हो, जितना स्ट्रेच कर सकते हो करो. Otherwise, take out time in your breaks as much as possible. सुबह पढ़ के जाओ थोड़ा सा, शाम में आके तो थोड़ा सा एनर्जी कम रह जाता है. I feel for working professional it is better to start the day early and then sleep early, because after coming home you will be spent. Your willpower is wholly spent. Come back home and just sleep. Do all the hustle that you want to do till your working hours, and you come back, sleep at 8, 9 and wake up early in the morning. All right, try to sneak in some hours, and in between go for a tea break to a cafe if it is possible and study there, right? Study time decrease हो रहा है. It is not the same every day. I'm worried. How many of you are feeling like that? My consistency is taking a toll. Yeah, we have a lot of other things going on in us that we don't understand. We treat ourselves as machines, but it is not like that. Some days your hormones are balanced, then you will be studying say 12 hours. The next day kuch to ho gaya, and then you are studying 8 hours, then 12 hours, then maybe only 2 hours, then maybe 5 hours. This is also consistency. If you are thinking or studying every day, be genuine to yourself कि तुमने time तो नहीं waste किया ना. Were the situations in your control? Could you have put in more effort? If it is like यार travel करना ही था और उस दिन नहीं पढ़ाई हो पाई, it's not in your control. Give up the things that are not in your control, and put your energy in the things that you are in control of. Okay? And again, हर रोज एक बराबर नहीं होता है, सब दिन एक बराबर नहीं होते हैं. कुछ दिन अच्छे रहते हैं, कुछ दिन बुरे रहते हैं, कुछ दिन तबीयत खराब रहती है, कुछ दिन मूड खराब रहता है, कुछ दिन मूड अच्छा भी रहता है, कुछ दिन दोस्त आ गए तो give them also time. Give them some time, then recede back after some time that I have something to go back to, so I am going back. Right? Study time decrease hona is not necessarily a bad thing, and it is humanly not possible to give 12 hours every day. Right? किसी दिन कम भी हो रहा है तो किसी दिन ज्यादा भी तो हो जाता है, 16 hours भी हो जाते हैं, कोई बात नहीं. Give yourself that liberty. The only thing is that you are sincere. That do you have that focus that you are going to study when you get back? If the answer is yes to that, ask yourself that am I sincere enough? Am I going to go back and study sincerely after this? If the answer is yes, just go relax that time, and then when you're going back, study well, even if it is for 2 hours. Right? Hangover of previous failures. So I can tell you from my friend circle, and there have been reports also. There was an analysis done from 1 to 20 rank. And if you know 2019 batch 11th ranker, Nupur, she's my friend. She has been cracking prelims, all 6 attempts. She got an rank 11 in her 6th attempt. However, all the other rankers could not clear their first prelims. Many of them could not clear consequently many prelims. There are so many examples that after 3 prelims, 4 prelims, the fifth prelim person is clearing and he or she is getting a rank, a fantastic rank. All of the other people got selected before, like in an earlier attempt than her. So जो तुम फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट से सेकंड अटेम्प्ट में किया, ये यहाँ तो फेलियर रहा, पर जो बीच में किया ना, you don't understand the compounding effect of that. It adds on fantastically. And that's why people who do not clear their first prelims clear the exam with a very good rank and in a much earlier, like second attempt, third attempt. The success rate in second and third attempt is the maximum. Till fifth attempt, it exists. Sixth attempt में भी जिनका आज तक अभी prelims clear नहीं हुआ, sixth attempt में they're scoring very good rank. So if you have some previous failures in prelims, please believe that they are only adding up to your this attempt. They're not subtracting anything from your this attempt. Getting my point? You are much more experienced than the first attempter that is sitting for the exam for the first time. How many of you are with me in this? On this? People who have a history of not clearing a prelims and are very scared. Please, those failure attempts are an addition to this attempt. It is not a failure. It is not going to subtract anything from this attempt. It is only going to add on. आपने अपनी पिछली गलतियों से कुछ सीखा ही है, and you are much more prepared for the next mains also. Rest assured, you are better prepared for your mains also than a first attempter. Right? About first attempters, तुम्हारे लिए ही पेपर बना है. All those people who are attempting for the first time, the paper is for you. Don't be afraid. Agar if you are a student who has understanding of basic things, I started out my preparation without knowing what UPSC was, and I cleared my prelims in first attempt. So it is possible. And I also fell sick for a month in December when the exam was in May. I was hospitalized. I had, I don't know, jaundice or something. And I started my preparation somewhere in February itself. I realized that my coaching is not serving me good enough. I stopped going to my coaching. I sat there, took all the 5 books, static books, took all the current affair magazines and started reading it then. I think it was in the month of February that I started. And I could clear my first attempt, in my first attempt. So it is very much possible for the first attempters. Getting my point? There are a million people who are sitting in this exam, who are working hard, but you have your fair chance because you are working hard. Right? You guys are working hard, you know that. If someone is not working hard, you can't lie to yourself, right? You can lie to others, your parents, your friends, that I am working very hard. But if you are sincere, you know in your heart that you are trying your best. Right? Chalo. Some people put in a question that I am of this so and so age and I feel that the time is passing by and maybe I should have a plan B. Sometimes these things can come over. This is not the right time to think about it. At this point of time, you should only be concentrated about your prelims. Any plan B can come after prelims, not this time. First thing is that think about it after 70 days. Okay? Even if you want to get a plan B, think about it after 70 days. Second, CR. We are entering into a phase of our life that is not a childhood and neither adulthood. 100% adulthood वाली responsibilities भी नहीं आई हैं और अभी हम बच्चे भी नहीं रहे हैं. We are in that entering phase and we are hitting that wall when we realize that we have to invest our time in something to get a result. अगर आप ये नहीं कर रहे होते, you would have been doing a business. बिजनेस में क्या क्या लगता है यार, टाइम के साथ पैसा भी बहुत लगता है. You believe me, take my word, This is the easiest path you could have chosen. And the prize money, prize at the other end, when you come out of the exam, it is very big, much bigger than any business. Take my word. I have a lot of friends. I myself, I'm into the services. Again, I want to assure you, you are on a right path. It is worth giving a chance. It's worth giving a chance. Better, it has better results than any business. So even if you're 32, 35, it is worth giving a chance. Don't think about your age. I'm telling you, it's a very good job to be in. Much better job than any other job that you can do in a private sector, you can do in a business, how you can contribute to the society. There's a sense of purpose in the job. You are dealing with the government. You are a part of such a big ministry. You are a part of such a big organization that you are directly impacting the lives of others. There is a huge, big sense of purpose in everyday life. Getting my point? So all those who are feeling that should we have a plan B? If you want a plan B, we will think about it 70 days afterwards. And it is worth your try. Give it all you can. Got it? No second thoughts for these next 70 days. Am I on the right path? Is my age too much? Will I be able to become cabinet secretary? Got it? आगे चले? You wasted 1 day, 1 month for 1 week for something. Somebody played holy, somebody appeared for an exam and they wasted this much time. It's a rest. Assume that you rested yourself. Don't spoil that period of happiness that you have had and think and then cover it also with your sadness. No. 1 day, 1 week, 1 month से नहीं फर्क पड़ता है. The exam is testing your whole personality that you have been for 21, 25, 30 years. That is what it will be testing you for. जो आपने एक दिन नहीं पढ़ के नहीं पढ़ा वो एग्जाम में वैसे भी नहीं आना था. Got it? So don't worry about it. Even if you have wasted, even if you have to change your schedule again, then you do it. Sometimes this will happen that you have appeared for your previous interview. We had those experiences after the previous interview, and the results came just 15 days before the prelims. I flunked in this. Why? My emotional quotient was not good. I was in this trap. कि month waste हो गया, week waste हो गया, 15 दिन में क्या होगा? One of my friends, he said, I will read only Lakshmikant if it takes 15 days. I will make a strategy for 15 days. I will go confidently in the exam. He sat in the exam and he cleared it. It's a lot about attitude. It's a lot about changing the strategy. If you are thinking that you have to make one, right? Do it and just stick to it and just do it without any, second thought. Oh my God, I wasted that year. That is already gone. You do what you can do in these 15 days. And then we will see the result. Let the result be negative. The worst can happen is the result can be negative, right? Sometimes you have to sit and think what will happen if I don't clear. It's like a mock to your, if a failure happens, God forbid, if a failure happens, what will change in your life? I have seen so many people, their life is not so bad. They're doing just fine. So don't be bothered कि मेरा नहीं होगा तो पता नहीं क्या ही होगा. In anticipation, our emotions actually are of higher amplitude than in actuals. एक दिन अगर we are not clearing, we will actually have a pain of only 1 day. But we will think, oh my God, my whole life will be destroyed. I will be sad my whole life. I will be like that. It will not happen. So sometimes you can sit, and if it is getting out of hand and your anxiety is getting out of hand, just sit and think, what will happen if I don't clear this exam? Nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen, literally. You guys are, if you are a sincere person, nothing is going to happen. There's a lot of room in the word for sincerity. There's a lot of requirement in the word for sincere people. There's a very paucity of sincerity in people. I've seen it. People are not able to do the same thing for a long period of time. But that is very much required. Right? Fear of exam, mocks. Mocks karo, go with an OLQs adopt करो, ऑफिसर की तरह जाओ, वहां पे ऑफिसर की तरह ही एग्जाम को ट्रीट करो. You have to understand you are the only stakeholder in that exam, and you will be having much bigger responsibilities in future. Treat it like that, right? Laziness in the morning, anxiety in the evening, leading to low productivity. How many of you are feeling like that? One of the biggest reason for this, you're not taking care of your health. You're not sleeping well. You do require 7 hours of sleep at least. Please do take that sleep. Everything else can wait, not your sleep. Take care of your health, yaar. This is the time that you will start graying your hairs if you don't take care of your health. If you take too much stress. And you can't run away for a very long time. You have to start walking. You have to slow down. You have to give your body that rest. It is a marathon. Abhi to prelims pass kar loge. Fir mains mein you don't know what kind of pressure comes. The kind of pressure that you face in mains is much more than you face in prelims. So slow down. Don't get burnt out. Give yourself that rest. Go out, take breaks. Breaks are very important. Go out in the evening, go out in the morning, take a walk, meet friends, meet people. Recharge yourself a little. You don't have to just sit and, slog all the full day. Take breaks. Have one thing. It can be a very small thing. Have one thing that excites you in the morning. For me, it was having a cup of tea in the morning. I would be like, okay, chalo, subah utke chai piyenge. I'll make my own tea and I'll have that tea. It can be as simple as that. Something that wakes you up from your, from the slumber, from the laziness, from the drowsiness. And if this is a persistent feeling, anybody is having this persistently, not 1 day, 2 day, but it has been a week, you are feeling like that, please take a break. Be it 1 day, 2 day, 1 week. Take a break. Leave the preparation. 70 days are more than enough. 60 days also more than enough. Take a break. 10 days also you take a break. Then also you'll be fine to go for the preparation. Take at least 1 day break. Don't think about your studies. Then you will be feeling better. Then come back. Got it? Don't let yourself feel this for a week. You will have panic attacks if you're feeling this consistently and you're still studying. You're pushing yourself. You can't push yourself for 70 days. You will have panic attacks very soon if you're not giving yourself a break. Right? Dissatisfied after the whole day? इतना पूरा दिन पढ़ लिया, उसके बाद रात को लग रहा है क्या ही पढ़ा. Is it? I feel people are tired. Okay. Just take this time to relax. I know sometimes you don't have people to talk to, and these are the questions that will come to you all the time, especially when you are tired. These questions will bother you and will make your conviction that you don't want to study even stronger, that this exam is not for you. Then you will have 100 of the conclusions, 100 of the rationals supporting your conclusion, right? This after if you're feeling dissatisfied after again, you don't have to judge yourself every day. You can do only a limited thing in one day, but 1 week actually adds up to a huge thing. If you want to judge your preparation, do it after 1 week. Don't do it every day. आज जो प्लान किया था वो पढ़ पाए तो ठीक है, नहीं पढ़ा तो कोई बात नहीं. You allocate an extra day, extra hour for that. Find out an extra hour, but be for action oriented. Don't slog in your mind for the previously what things happened. If अगर 1 घंटे की पढ़ाई रह गई तो next day दे दो 1 hour. If you want to cover, sleep 1 hour less and cover this if you can. Otherwise, you should have some buffer days because you knew this will come. Your efficiency can only be 80% or 70% of what you have planned. Right? Don't judge yourself. I am a big failure. I am not able to complete today's work only. How will I do this and that? Right? We need to meditate for our mental health? होता है तो कर लो यार, if you feel good about it. I could not do meditation. I feel मेरे से तो नहीं हो पाता है. I feel better when I talk to friends. I meet people. People are. It depends on you. Whatever you feel good, whatever you enjoy doing. Movie देखना है movie देखो, गाने सुनना है गाने सुनो, walk करने जाना है, running करने जाना है. Pick up some things that can help you elevate your oxytocin and serotonin. That will help you. If you're feeling lonely, in the preparation is very lonely, first know that a lot of people are there like you. If you have friends in UPSC, it's best if you have friends in UPSC, you go and meet them. Do meet them. पढ़ाई के बारे में ही बात कर लो, पर मिल के आओ. Human beings are made to connect with people. ऐसा नहीं है कि you can stay alone forever. You can't. If you have seen some of the videos, that isolation creates a lot of depression automatically without any reason. If you isolate yourself, you will definitely go into depression. That is a written fact. There are hundreds of studies I have seen in my personal life. That's why elderly who are left alone go into depression so quickly. Because humans are not made for loneliness. Humans are inbuilt. Our primitive minds are inbuilt for social connections, not on phone, meeting people. So go meet people. If you don't have any friends around, meet your parents. Parents are very, very, very important in this journey. We don't realize, we don't give them enough credit, but they are very mature, much more mature than we are. हमें ऐसे लगता है हम ही पढ़ लिख के बहुत तोप हो गए हैं. Parents can support you like nobody else. If you don't have anybody, spend some time with your parents only. That will also be good. Don't spend time with your phone. It's not going to help. It's even going to make it worse. If it is not useful, especially how many of you are still watching shorts? How many have stopped watching shorts after last time we talked about it? Please don't watch shorts. That's the worst you can do with yourself. Even if now also you're watching, stop it now. For 70 days, you skip shorts. Don't watch it. It is melting your brain like anything. I observe myself study preparation. I feel like numb and panic attack. Manushka, if you're feeling like that, you should take a break. Nothing is more important than your health, than your mental health. You take a break for some time and then come back. Even if you are able to clear prelims with this mental state, it is not going to take you very far. You have to take a break. You have to meet people. You have to seek help if it is happening regularly. We don't understand, but this panic attack, this depression, not only impacts you like here, it impacts you in the whole body. One of my friends got a lockjaw We went to a lot of doctors for her, and doctors said that it is because of stress. The only way to go take it away was to reduce stress. And actually, after she stopped preparation, 3 years after that, the lockjaw went. 3 years. The stress lingers for a very long time. You have to manage stress. You have to seek help. You have to meet people. It's a very long journey. Don't try to make it a sprint. You can't. You will burn out. Even if you're feeling, after revising, if you're feeling that you are unproductive, you have to realize you're not unproductive. It is very important. Solve some questions, you will realize that. Solve some questions, you will realize that you have not been unproductive after revising it. Then self-doubt and anxiety. For self-doubt, you have to be your own cheerleader. You have to, okay, you can say that you can't judge yourself that मेरी knowledge कितनी है, मेरी capability kitni hai. But one thing you can for sure say about yourself is, are you sincere or not? Can you tell yourself? Just take a minute and think about yourself, that are you one of the sincere students in UPSC? Do you feel strongly about the preparation that you're doing, that you are doing it with all your hearts and all your mind? Just give yourself a minute and think, internalize. That you can surely tell about yourself, that you are sincere or not. You are showing up as much as you can. You're trying very hard. If you are a sincere person, just tell yourself every day that I am a sincere person. I am doing whatever I can. I'm not telling you to say I am the best and I'm this. No. Just tell yourself, I am a sincere person. I am doing the best I can. Can you do that? No self-boasting that you feel is untrue for yourself. Just say what is true. You know that you're a sincere person. Yes, I am a sincere. I might be slow, but I am a sincere person. I'm doing what I can. I can't do what I can't do, right? That's not in my control. What I can do is in my control. I am doing it. And when, again, God or whatever the higher power you believe in, when they believe that I have done enough, they will reward me. Right? You can do what you can do. You can be sincere. You can be sincere towards the preparation. You don't have to be serious all the time, straight faced, not talking to anyone. You can take life a little lightly. You can meet friends. You can have some good food. Nobody is stopping you from that. Right? ठीक है? Again, choose to be sincere, not serious all the time. Being too serious all the time impacts your mental health. Don't do that. Be kind to yourself. Be your own cheerleader. Be your best friend. If a friend was going through the same thing, what would you have told her or him? That don't worry, dear, you are doing what you can do. You can't do more than this. You can't have more than 24 hours in a day. What you would tell a friend in such a time when she or he is feeling like that, same thing you have to tell yourself. Right? Just hold your hand. If it's not, if you're feeling really bad, just hold your hand and tell yourself that I am here for myself. It helps a lot in the times of, in tough times, in the lonely times. Right? So I hope you guys are feeling a little more relaxed than when you came here. The kind of questions you put, I could see myself in that, and now I can retrospectively feel that the things that I have felt, the stress that I have taken was not necessary to, clear the exam. The exam could have been cleared. The stress was not required. Stress nahi bhi hota to bhi exam itna hi clear hota. Right? Should we take some doubts? All right, we'll take 2-3 doubts and Then we'll close the session. How to, shall I skip current affairs for the next 70 days? Just do a compilation. Whichever compilation you have done, you do it. कोई एक update आ रही है तो उसका index पढ़ लो, and then you see, judge that are you able to, do you want to do it, do you not want to do it? According to that you do. Ma'am, it feels good if such sessions are conducted once every I'll try my best. I will take up more sessions more frequently. Thanks to you also, Deepa. How to arrange your vast syllabus. It is becoming difficult to revise the whole thing. Parkinson's law. You will be able to revise it. Take out the last 10 days. Other than that, plan your revision. You will do it. And if you're not able to read something, you drop it consciously, but consciously that you have to drop it. Right? It should be a conscious effort. It should not be a like last moment decision that I'll not be able to do it. No, you drop it consciously that मुझे ये पढ़ने में लक्ष्मीकांत, and choose the areas with maximum density of questions. Lakshmikant is a very high density. Static portion is a very high density of questions. If you ever have to choose between current affairs and static, choose static for revision. If you ever have to choose between current affairs and your test papers for revision, then static and test paper for revision, choose static. Right? Your concept should be clear. Should I take pending optional for 2 hours for the next one? Not at all. Don't spend your time in mains now. Focus on prelims. Don't do mains. Just leave it now. This 15 days of mains preparation, uska marginal output देखो ना यार कितना है. How much marks do you think you are going to increase because of that? How much syllabus you will be able to retain after those 60 days? Even if you carry on it for 15 more days or 1 more month, do you think you will be able to retain it till prelims? After prelims, you will be able to recall it. You focus on your prelims now. In last year, I couldn't complete second round. Does doing in rounds is a must? No, it's not a must. Take out, but your strategy should be clear in your mocks. You whatever you want to do it in one straight line, you do it in a one straight line, but it should be tried and tested in your mock. How many questions to attempt in first hour in CSAT? Please share your strategy for time management. Again, CSAT is a very a strategy has to be prepared right then and there. Since the unpredictability of the paper is increasing like that, if the paper English is easier, then you should go for English. If the maths is easier, then you can go for maths, or you can go from 1 to 80 in a series. And then again, you don't have to stop for more than 1 minute for any question, especially maths. Don't take it on your ego. Just go ahead and either solve it or just leave it and go to the next one. English, कैसे करना है? पहले comprehension पढ़ो, comprehension questions पढ़ो, then go ahead and read the comprehensions. Once you have read the comprehension, then you try to solve them. That is all. And you can't decide how many questions you want to do in first hour. It depends upon the toughness of the paper. So most of the times I was not able to complete 1 to 80 questions also in one reading only. My first reading only would take the whole paper. So just test that strategy in one of the mock. Ma'am, in history, my concept is clear, but my knowledge of facts about 2-3% only. I haven't read spectrum till now. So whichever source you are doing for history, you read that only and scribble the facts and then read it in the last time. Revise it. Facts तो last में ही revise हो पाएंगे, याद हो पाएंगे. Mnemonics बनाओ. You try to create some mnemonics. Will take maybe 10 minutes instead of 1 minute, but that 10 minutes will remain with you forever, for life. Mnemonics are a very wonderful thing to remember things. How to control negative marking in mocks? Again, the first slide uh, we discussed. There are 4 types of mistakes. Just go ahead, and I think the recording will be uploaded. Go ahead and read that first slide. Knowledge, either it is a knowledge deficit or a revision deficit, or you are incorrectly applying your reasoning, or you are reading it incorrectly, or marking it as some kind of silly mistake. So you analyze why you are getting that negative marking. According to that, you have to solve your problem. One only, two only pattern questions, how to solve. देखो, again, it is a risk taking कि कितना risk आप ले सकते हो. If you feel that two statements are correct and third you are not sure about, then you are 50-50, right? Two only correct or three only, all only three are correct, only two are correct. Then you have to mark up between one of them. You take that chance. You see how much scope do you feel you have that you can attempt it or not, right? According to that, you mark the question. Generally, for me, if it is a 50-50, I would mark a question. I would not leave it. So you have to see in the box, you have to test about that. There is no ideal score. Believe me, Sanjeet, I was scoring much less in my first prelims compared to my friends. But in the final exam, I scored much more than a lot of my friends. There is no ideal score in mocks, but the mistakes that you repeat in mocks will definitely reflect in your final exam. So correct as many mistakes as possible in mocks itself. Marks of mocks and final exams are not related. You must have heard many other people talking about it, many other toppers talking about it. They're not saying this for no reason. There is a very definitive reason. All of us have observed it, and it is very true. Okay, guys, then we'll close the session. Tell yourself that you're sincere people. I am telling you people that you're sincere people, right? Just feel that confidence. Be your best friend. Be your cheerleader. Take yourself up, not down. There are a lot of people, a lot of things that to take you down. You take yourself up, right? All right, guys. See you soon. Hope you can relax and study well with a relaxed mind. We will surely have more sessions. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.